So welcome back to my channel, or if you don't already subscribe, welcome to my channel. Just got to have a sip or slush puppy. And I started paying and now. So if you are newly joining us, a lot of what goes on is just me being a bit of a twat, really. But I've got a story time for you today. So basically, I got tickets through work to see Graham Norton be filmed that night that Madonna was on it. So they emailed ahead and asked if anyone's got red chair stories, which I did have one that I personally think is quite good. So basically, they thought it was quite good as well, but they didn't get time to record it during the Madonna one. So they invited me back on the Monday to film it. So I filmed the whole red chair story, and guess what? Right, I've gone and told about 130 million people that I was going to be on Graham Norton, and they just cut me, mate. So, one thing I do want to say actually, before we get into the whole story about how we changed my friend's name, is I actually really feel sorry for Madonna. So I was at the filming when her interview was filmed, and I walked out with my mum. And I was like, oh, she's so funny, she's got a really sarcastic sense of humour, I can't believe how articulate she is, she's quite clever. And she looked really nervous. So I didn't really get a chance to watch it back properly, but I've come back from being out and it's just literally on Twitter like, Madonna's rude, she was horrible to Ian McKellen, this, that and the other. And I watched it back, and you know what? You wouldn't believe how much they edit just a small look or something like that to make someone look bad. Her and Ian McKellen, like, they were in on the joke, they were joking with each other. And I'll tell you another thing, for nothing as well, that woman stood next to me to film the VT link, and she was shaking. Like, she's Madonna, man, it doesn't mean she doesn't get anxious. See, when I get anxious, I'm like, sarcastic as well, like, that's like my defence mechanism, or whatever you call it, for my anxiety. So, I do think she got a bit of a bad time there. But anyway, on to the story about how we changed my friend's name by deed poll without her knowing. So you'll know Lauren as being one of the Broome Park girls that I went Broome Park with, and Lisa is also in the story as well, who I went Broome Park with. So funnily enough, when little things crop up, it's always us three, the mischievous ones of the group. Literally, you've just seen me reaching for that slush as well. I can't stop drinking slush puppies. I'm getting really obsessed with them. I've just Ubered to the shops about 10 minutes up the road. So bad. It is Lauren's birthday in September, and my best friend's little girl is, her birthday's in August. So it's like a huge family, friends party thing. And because it was Lauren's 30th coming up a few years back when we did this, Lisa and I were like, what can we do to her? Because on the face of it, that really is the mentality of all my friends. Not, oh, she's 30, let's take her somewhere nice. Literally, what can we do to her? So I got really drunk once and changed my middle name, I didn't have one, to La Fonda from Napoleon Dynamite by deed poll. And you'd be very, very surprised how easy it is to change a name by deed poll of someone else. So we had a few brainstorming ideas, Lisa and I, about what we were going to change Lauren's name to and what name we were going to change. And I don't even know how it come to it, and I hope we were talking about it quietly because it was a kid's birthday party. But we changed my friend's middle name to Fanny Growler. I'm not going to lie, mate, I've got no boundaries. So if it was solely down to me, Lauren's entire name would now be first name Fanny, second name Growler. But Lisa was like, maybe a bit too far, you never know. So we did it. We changed Lauren's name by deed poll to Lauren Fanny Growler, and then her surname. I'm not going to say her surname because you might want to remain a bit anonymous with a name like that, right? So as soon as she gets the certificate through, we get text, me and Lisa. What have you two pair of bloody idiots done now? Just going to show you the certificate here now, but obviously I blanked out all of Lauren's personal details. But the basics of it were, she had no idea and just got this in the post. So yeah, luckily enough, me and all my mates, like, we've got the same sense of humour. We've got no boundaries. We'll do anything to each other. Lauren was like, fair play to you girls, it's quite funny. So she signed the deed poll certificate and then she kept it. She kept the name Fanny Growler. Why not? It's not the worst name in the world, is it? And I mean, it really is just one of them things that you don't think about. My middle name is still LaFonda. I need a new passport now. It's going to be that. Like, I'm not going to be bothered to change it back. So nor was Lauren. So her middle name has been Fanny Growler for like 4 years now, which has never really presented a problem until Lauren decides to get a job at a school. So she does all of her paperwork when she first starts and all of that. And then her CRB comes back saying, name incorrect. Sorry, what? And yeah, as it turns out, her CRB had come back incorrect because she'd just written her name without Fanny Growler in it. And this resulted in her having to tell her head teacher and everyone that she worked with that her middle name was in fact Fanny Growler. And I should feel guilty about that, but I don't. Absolutely love it. And just to say, if anyone young is watching this, please don't go and change your mum and dad's name or something and blame me. All I'm going to say is it's only about 16 quid and it's very easy to do. So anyway, there you go. Got to tell my red chair story. Anyway, Graham Norton, you can shove it up your bumhole because I've got my own vlog, so it doesn't matter. I've had a couple of people say they'd like to see me do more challenges because I don't really do any YouTuber challenges because I don't want to like copy or anything like that. But I think you're going to like this one. So you all read about Beyonce's Coachella diet, yeah? Well, I am going to try and live on Beyonce's Coachella diet for 4 days and see how I get on. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss that one.